We are Jennifer and Kevin McCoy. We are a longtime artistic duo, a collaborative team. We work in New York, New York.
Coming out of art school, we just were really interested in collaboration and thought that kind of joining studios and joining efforts was how we wanted to proceed. Over the years, the ideas have taken us in a lot of different directions. And most recently, that has been about constructing these robotic, collaborative machines that we are using to make drawings and paintings.
Yeah. We sent 3 pieces, 2 of which are on view at Maison Loon, and they have organic structures that are algorithmically generated and then painted with acrylic paint. And then those are overlaid with these subtly changing patterns.
We were working a lot with both with images of organic forms like trees and grasses and things like that, as well as algorithmic simulations of those sorts of growing patterns, and then using those as inputs into the drawing process, kind of like organic world and this sort of machine world, visually coming together in those paintings.
And then the third one is much more of a kind of interesting it almost looks like an archaeological fragment.
The last one has these organic forms that are painted in black, but then there's an overpainting that is kind of erasing them in white. And so there's a kind of visual minimalism to it. Things seem to be kind of shifting into different approaches. And I think that the art world is one of those places as well too. It's in this kind of interesting inflection point.
It's right for people to kind of do something, new. And I think there's plenty of room for experimentation. Think about how art is actually consumed and how art is actually produced, and, who are the stakeholders involved and how can they be compensated in different ways. And the part of the project that A-Share X, potentially unlocks is this idea that fractional ownership is going to potentially happen to these works.
And that fractionalization means, but in a very real sense, there's a community of people who have kind of bought into this piece, who are now invested in it and in supporting it.
These kinds of conversations are very much in the coming from the art world as well as from entrepreneurial situations. So It feels like, wow, there's a lot of people talking about this idea. It sounds like a great time to try.